Want to learn PyTorch in less than a week? As an AI enthusiast, you might know that PyTorch is a powerful open-source library for machine learning and deep learning applications. It's a tool that can turn your ideas into high-performing algorithms and models, and you can master it in a surprisingly short amount of time. Here's a step-by-step guide that will take you from beginner to proficient in less than a week. The first step is to install PyTorch and the necessary libraries. You'll need to have Python installed on your computer, preferably the latest version. After you've got Python up and running, you can install PyTorch by using a package manager like pip or conda. Just type the command pip install torch into your terminal and hit enter. For the required libraries, you'll need to install NumPy, Matplotlib, and Pandas, among others. These can also be installed using pip or conda. Next, you'll need to get familiar with tensors and basic operations in PyTorch. Tensors are the fundamental data structure in PyTorch, similar to arrays in Python. They're used to store input, output, and intermediate states and to parameterize models. You'll need to understand how to create tensors, manipulate their shapes, and perform operations on them. Spend some time getting comfortable with tensors, as they're the foundation of everything you'll do in PyTorch. Once you've got a handle on tensors, it's time to build a simple neural network using PyTorch. Start by defining the architecture of the network, which involves choosing the number of layers and the number of nodes in each layer. Then, define the forward pass, which describes how data flows through the network. Remember to apply activation functions to introduce nonlinearity into the model. Now, it's time to train your network with some sample data. This involves feeding data through the network, calculating the loss, and adjusting the weights of the network to minimize this loss. This process is known as backpropagation. You'll also need to choose an optimizer, which is an algorithm that adjusts the weights based on the gradients computed during backpropagation. After training the network, you should evaluate its performance and make improvements. Use a separate validation dataset to evaluate the model's performance. If the model is overfitting, consider adding dropout or regularization techniques. If it's underfitting, you might need to add more layers or nodes. Finally, deploy the model for inference on new data. This is where you get to see your model in action, making predictions on unseen data. PyTorch provides several tools for deploying models, including 𝐿NX and TorchServe. So, in summary, learning PyTorch in less than a week involves these 6 steps. Installing PyTorch and the necessary libraries, understanding tensors and basic operations, building a simple neural network, training the network with sample data, evaluating the model's performance, and finally, deploying the model for inference. Follow these steps and you'll be well on your way to mastering PyTorch. Happy coding!